What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? Gonna wait on a few people to get up in here. Out of here. What's up, Andrew Wilkins? Oh man. All right, good day. You guys can hear me. What's up, people? Everybody got their PlayStations. Everybody got their Xbox, getting their Xboxes. Tomorrow, pre-orders for Xbox start tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, pre-orders for Xbox start tomorrow. How do we sound? Is the echo from the fan, is it starting? How's the echo on the fan? Is it like crazy? Because we're gonna, if we have to turn off the AC, we'll turn off the AC. Hold up. Push it away, but can they hear us? I'm gonna turn off the AC. Andrew Wilkins, let me know how it sounds. Somebody just opened the front door.
Andrew, Jay-Z is a snake. That's why the white shoes hang. Oh, okay. Okay.
What's up, people? People should be coming in now. Let me make sure the. I'll turn it down if you need me to.
Oh, that's cool. I just gotta fix it.
Alright, so it's turned down a bit. Let me go ahead and send this off to people. I see that other people are streaming when I'm streaming. Hey man, ain't nothing new there. You know. Don't switch devices. Hold on a minute. Let me retweet this quick.
In the meantime, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys had a prosperous week and weekend. I hope everything was well. And yeah, we're just gonna, chop it up for a bit.
Yep. This fly, bro. That's the one thing about California I hate. Never had fly problems like this. I actually was told
recently that because it's Takun, DC
What's up,
did
Takun?
a few lives today. You're a champ for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
Oh wow, Iraq. Nice.
Who's in Iraq?
It's one of your subbies or listeners. It's always interesting to know, like, people all over the world can be listening. Like, there's one live stream that I watch. There's one live stream that I watch, and she gets listeners from like Germany, from Spain, just all over the world. And I just think it's so beautiful that she's able to find a connecting ground for her and her supporters. But yeah, we're just gonna wait a couple minutes.
All right. So yeah, that should be it. Let me do one last thing.
Yeah, there's like 3 major things that we kind of want to touch on, and then we can kind of just freestyle it, or
there's another major thing that happened because you're not in like the gaming news.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about we have a few things that we want to talk about. Trey M2, how are you two doing this evening? I'm okay. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
Hold on, guys.
Hello,
I see.
Stinkma.
What's up, Stinkma?
Well, evening here. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, so we're
all right.
Get
so
this
we
started.
tweeted this all. Hey, Mocha, what's up? I know she's been asking why we haven't been on time lately. Yeah, and she's been saying that she's trying to take it to Sephora. Nah.
Nah. Yes, take me to Sephora.
No.
Ulta. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get more comfortable with colors. I'm so mad.
She's copying the PC case look. Yeah, you know, so I inspired that look today.
Says I'm still mad at not getting a pre-order. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Last stream we was talking about. We were actually
Talking.
we were actually in the process of trying to get pre-orders last live stream, which was
Yep.
last week Wednesday.
Yep.
And you know, we actually Mocha spoke about that 2 weeks ago for Labor Day weekend. You know, we had family over, and then I don't remember what happened last week, but we were on here last week Wednesday during when like the random pre-order happened, and it was just crazy. Man,
Right?
I hate waiting in Sephora for my wife. It's
Bro,
not that
yes
bad.
it is. You just be standing there because you don't know what they're looking for. There's different shades and all this other stuff. Like, nah, man.
I was just talking to my one friend about how she needs to do different colors of lipstick that match her outfit and skin tone.
Yeah, well, Takun, Mocha only wears black lipstick, so she's got to be goth.
Keep trying in the country today. You can pre-order a lot. Even our retailer was open for pre-orders all day. Some are taking people in overestimating.
Yeah, so turns out that people thought that Drew lost his pre-order, but what happened was that he went ahead and read the email.
Mm-hmm.
Reading is fundamental. It turns out that the email said that he's just not getting his day one.
Where did he order from?
He ordered from Amazon. I think Amazon took in more pre-orders than they're supposed to.
They probably maxed the capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people is upset about that. Mocha says Sephora is my spot. I'm a VIP. I love Ulta too.
I don't
Mocha owns
understand.
every single Fenty lipstick there is, and I look good in all of them. Thank you very much. I bet. I need to learn how to be bold with the
only
lipstick.
see you in black lipstick. Ain't nobody trying to hear
But
that.
black and red are just two bold colors, so I get it. I usually go to Ulta more because that was closer to me, but I do like Sephora because they do have better quality makeup.
Hold on a second. 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. Mike's muted.
There we go.
Yeah, all right. So we are good. We're right into it.
That's not a big issue. I guess you guys make content through after your Ghost of Tsushima unboxing. I can only imagine what you got planned.
Yeah, man. I'm planning to do like some skit, and I'm hoping that Takun comes through because there's a skit that I want to do for the release of that. So most people don't know Takun's my real life good friend. He's gonna come hang out with me for my birthday week, and we're gonna go chill and probably do a skit or some stuff together for the channel.
Not everyone can rock red though. Yeah, that's true. So if you can pull it off, I mean, if you can pull off red and black, I feel like you can pull off any color.
Yeah.
I read someone got a message that Best Buy oversold after he finished pre-ordering. Only heard that from one person. Damn.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, and my pre-order through GameStop is still good. There's no issues with that. I'm still holding on to the GameStop. They don't charge until it's shipped, so I'm holding on to those. But
I rocked that Nintendo lipstick though.
That's
I still
funny.
gotta get Ghosts, hoping for a PS5 enhancement.
yeah, they're supposed to be dropping some sort of a multiplayer.
Hello, Zelda Master John. Yeah, that does suck.
Real quick though, so if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, Microsoft went ahead and bought they went ahead and bought Bethesda. Jesus, it's hard for me to talk. So they went ahead and they acquired ZeniMax Incorporation, and they bought the actual studio. Buying that studio comes along with over 2,300 employees, multiple studios along with that. Let me go ahead and see. So I got the article up here real quick, and I spoke about it earlier. So they got Elder Scrolls, they got Doom, they got Fallout. They're also gonna be getting what's it called? Wolfenstein, Dishonored. They're also getting Deathloop. They're basically in Tokyo Ghosts or whatever. I forgot the name of the game is. I have it right here, somewhere up here. Oh my god, I hate when ads just pop into an article like when I'm reading it. Yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo. That game is also. So the part that blows my mind is, honey, if you want to go ahead and read this, because you know.
Okay.
Recently,
however,
what's up, Sick?
Bethesda has been working more tightly with Sony. They had previously agreed to debut 2 of its upcoming games, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, on Sony's new PlayStation rather than Xbox. Both games were announced as timed console exclusives, meaning that they would be restricted to PS5 for a fixed period of time before coming to Xbox.
Yeah, and then right here.
Microsoft will keep that commitment, Spencer said in an interview. Future games like Starfield will be available for Xbox, PC, and Microsoft's Game Pass video game service.
Yeah, so basically, even though that's done, even though they bought the studio, it seems like the games are still coming to Xbox and still coming to PlayStation. As a matter of fact, owning the studio blows my mind because there's 2 games from Bethesda that's exclusive or console launch exclusives for the PlayStation 5 before this deal was done. And it only, like, it worries me a bit because it's what precedent does it set for Microsoft? You know, they don't have studios, right? Not they have studios, but they don't have the games. So their response is, "Hey, we don't have the games. Let me just go ahead and buy another studio. Let me buy studios after studios after studios to add more games to Game Pass to get more people inside to buy all of that." I feel like it's like a response like, "Hey, we don't have the games. We don't have the quality. Let's buy another studio." And you know that this $7.5 billion didn't come out of actual Microsoft because they haven't turned a profit. Plus, they said that Game Pass is still not profitable. So they had to get that money from the parent company, Microsoft. So Microsoft not being profitable and buying up studios like this, again, it's good to them, but at the same time, I'm worried because Microsoft has proven and have shown that throwing games in Game Pass that aren't finished is their go-to gate. And I don't think that's a good look for gamers because Bethesda never really finishes their games. They always launch their games in halfway, and then they have bugs, and they fix the bugs later on. So I'm not a fan of that, and I don't want that business idea to go all that way down there. Let me see. Mocha, then you a queen. Takun, she's married, sir.
Microsoft is like the gamer that got the huge backlog but keep buying more. Yeah, they don't grow, they just buy stuff when it's already established.
Mm-hmm.
I want Deathloop. Microsoft is garbage with their decision making and strategies. That's a part of why I've never been a fan.
Yeah, so one of the things that most people don't remember or they haven't looked it up, I talk about this today on Final Dash Podcast episode 14, I think it is, that when it comes to Microsoft, they don't nurture any studios into fruition. They don't nurture studios into becoming something. Like when you look at like Guerrilla Games, you look at Miyamoto, they started off in Iwata, they started off being gamers, they started off being game designs, developers, head of particular studios, and they move up in the company because what they're doing for the company, they make it better. They made it better. They took chances and made things better. But on the opposite side, I don't know if anyone can name me someone over at the Microsoft camp that makes video games. Are any of them now heads of or in charge of what Microsoft does with Xbox as games itself? Can someone name me someone that nurtured a studio? When it came to Halo, the first Halo, if you go back, if you don't believe me, there's an article about this, that they literally went ahead and, They literally went ahead and launched games. The Halo game came and they said it wasn't ready yet. And they basically told us, they told Bungie, we don't care, drop the game now. The game needs to come out right now. They said it's not ready yet. They showed us the game. We were super excited about it, so they went ahead and pushed it. and they have a track record of treating companies bad, and I feel like they tried the same thing again with Halo Infinite. They showed us a game that I believe that 343 said the game's not ready yet, and they went ahead and showed the game, and because the backlash came, they decided to put that game back in the oven. Bet money if we were okay with the way it looked, they would have launched it and then just kept on developing and adding on more to it. So I don't know, man. That's just my whole take on that. They've never been good at nurturing studios, and I get it. Bethesda is a big studio that has its thing. They've been around for a while, but their games haven't been all that great going forward.
Hey, Space Host. Thanks for stopping by. He said he'll catch the run back.
Thank you, Space Host, and be safe.
It can kill Bethesda. They have been around by... I'm sorry, I gotta read this one. It's so far away.
Hey, Wolf of Good. Yeah, it's still good. And as a matter of fact, again, it sounds like I'm downing it. I'm just scared of the way Microsoft handles studios. Like I said in my video, they treat studios like employees. Get the job done and make it look good. I don't care how long it takes. If it's not ready, if it looks good enough, just put it out. So it's good for gaming because it makes Game Pass's value even higher. And I was telling Drew this. Here's how they could literally slap people in the face, right? They can literally say, okay, we're still going to put everything on every system, but they're going to be like, Bethesda and Microsoft going to be like, go ahead, you can buy this game for $70, but over here on Game Pass, it's $9.99. You get all of these games and all of the expansions, everything for whatever your normal price is. So that's another way, like, yeah, sure, go ahead, spend $70. It's there, you can buy it. But yeah, over here, yeah, that's where it's going to go.
I'm just going to read some of the comments. Zelda Master John said, it can kill Bethesda. Have they been around by being multiple people know their games because of being available to consumer everywhere? Just about it's like fitting 3 lines of fans to one console.
Mm-hmm.
Cito said, okay, I got my tinfoil hat on. What if Microsoft wrecks the quality of Deathloop in Tokyo to get at Sony? Wolf of Darkness said, okay, keep talking. Trey, yeah, I caught your vid earlier, DC, I agree. Dirt Naps said, hey.
Yeah, speak up, babe.
Cito said, Bungie was with Microsoft and came out to live on their own. Maybe in a couple years, Bethesda can run away again. Good news for gaming in general. I think Microsoft is too heavy-handed on their devs as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda jumps ship if Microsoft stays the same.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's all good stuff for gamers. I'm just worried. And even, I don't care who gets these studios. It worries me. Now, and there's also, actually, I cannot speak on that. Never mind. But it makes me worry about, like, what other studios can be purchased up, like, just bought. Like, it's okay to just buy up these studios. The way I look at it, games that have been third-party since the age of me gaming, I think should remain third-party. They should be able to be gotten anywhere. For instance, do you think that Minecraft would still be successful if you could only get it on PlayStation? On Microsoft? You can't get it on PlayStation. You can't get it on PC. You can't get it on mobile phone. You can't get it on Switch. You think it'd still be successful? Think about that too. And they raved about the 20 million of Skyrim. 20 million of Skyrim. I think it was Skyrim they're talking about. That game sold 20 million, but it didn't sell 20 million in one place. It sold 20 million everywhere, multiple times.
Most people won't buy a console just to buy one game or a few games by one dev unless it's their favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
That game would stay looking like garbage if they didn't get backlash. Hey family, hey. Think they couldn't hurt Bethesda more than help. How many exclusives? How many exclusive studios does Xbox have now? Remember Scalebound? Don't want that to happen. Like 14 or something. Poor Scalebound. I just remember the trailer. Can't take another Scalebound. That looked good too. Sup DC? Have you guys seen? Is it called Tenet?
Tenet? I have not seen Tenet yet. Craig.
Ubisoft. Maybe I know they big, but Assassin's Creed and Microsoft has been cozy for a while. Yeah, they bought the company that owned them. I fear if Sony forced into a box like Nintendo with no third-party support, as Microsoft bought everything, not now, but I'm looking at 8 to 10 years ahead. And someone needs to buy Ubisoft. Their games are trash.
Also, what's up, Bobby? Right. So on in different news, what's it called? Dr. Dre sells. I'm sorry, Dr. Dre having a pretty bad divorce.
Yeah, so he's in the process of getting a divorce, and it's getting a little ugly because his wife, she has some pretty high demands as far as, you know, her monthly expenses. But the most recent thing that they came out saying, I'm sorry, let me just pull it up 1 second.
You gotta be ready with this stuff. You gotta be ready with this stuff, man.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna bring it up.
Thank you for all the people that's coming in now. Thank you, guys. Remember to hit the like button. Also, retweet whenever you can. Yeah. So also, where did I go? So I saw Bobby right, and then it just kept on going. Where's Bobby right at? Bobby Smurda. Okay, so yeah, Konami and Ubisoft need to get their IP stripped away. That's funny.
You know what's funny? You just brought up Bobby Shmurda. There was something they just recently put out not too long ago.
Yeah.
I think his, what is it called?
Hold on. Things that are multi-plat should stay that way because things that stay multi-plat should stay that way. Be best to go about that. Microsoft wants to hand out free games like T-shirts, but I want to buy my elsewhere. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, I was gonna say Bobby Shmurda's parole has been denied. That's what I was gonna say because you brought his name up. I lost my train of thought.
Dr. Dre had made Beats by Dre. She now is gonna get that also. Yeah.
Basically, they're accusing her of embezzling funds from the business and draining its primary business account. So they actually showed a picture of a check where she cashed a check for $353,571. But basically, I was trying to find a list of her monthly expenses. It just sounds insane. Like, I mean, obviously, we don't got that type of money. But, I mean, for her expenses, I don't have it in front of me, but it will say, like, laundry, $200,000.
I remember you were telling me.
Yeah, like, her list is very extravagant, so it's getting kind of ugly now with them. Hopefully, they can come to amicable agreements. But because her name is also, like, on certain things, it seemed like it's going to get a little messy. But that would really suck if he... I just hope that they can just come to some type of terms, you know?
Yeah. Hey, I just want to put this real quick before I forget it. You know what bothers me about this whole Bethesda thing? Is that Nintendo literally just started getting third-party support from Bethesda. And their games were selling, too, on the Switch. Regardless of downgrade, they were selling, too. Man. Talk about being a total douche, bro. But yeah, man, Dr. Dre, like she has high maintenance, man. Like my thing with that is I get it. You know, that was his wife. He makes a certain amount of money, but isn't it supposed to be about taking care of the kids? I doubt any of the kids need that type of money.
Okay, so I was able to pull it up. So. She wants $2 million for monthly support to upkeep her lifestyle. So she wants close to $2 million. So for laundry and cleaning, that's $10,000 a month. Clothes, $135,000 a month. Education, such as tuition and living expenses, $60K. Entertainment, $900K. Charitable contributions, $125K. Mortgage, $100K. Telephone, cell phone, emails, $20K. My thing is, how is it that your entertainment is worth more than your monthly mortgage. I just think some people who like make money their priorities is a little, backed up. But yeah. I want to know, what does she do on her cell phone and emails for it to allegedly cost $20,000 a month?
There's no cell phone bill that costs that much. Mm-hmm. None. Everyone has a strict cell phone bill. Even if she's calling out the country, that's
no, but why would she include emails? Like, what can she be doing with emails, telephone, and cell phone? Like,
she's just making stuff up at the moment just to basically get money.
I literally just read the list to them, but what I was saying is, this is why I don't want to just say in the African American community, although it is more prevalent, but this is the reason why we can't get ahead, because we tend to utilize our money in insignificant ways. Like, just think about it. Her entertainment alone, she is saying that it's $900,000 a month, but her mortgage is $100,000 a month. Can you imagine?
So that means, but what mortgage is $100,000 a month? What mortgage? What mortgage is that much money?
Well, listen, they're in a different tax bracket. So we know when you buy a bigger house and stuff, your expenses are going to be more money. But I'm just saying, how crazy is it that her entertainment, I'm assuming that's whatever she does for fun, basically she wants to upkeep the lifestyle that she's been accustomed to, which I understand. Most wives want to do that, and most of the time when a woman and a guy has a child together and it doesn't work out, usually with child support, they're usually suing for the amount that they would normally get while they was with the guy anymore. So my question to you guys, do you think, let's say if you have a child with someone who's wealthy and you're not together anymore, do you feel, for instance, because I saw this the other day, I think there was someone who wanted $51,000 a month. I think it was one of Future's baby mothers. Do you think that it makes a big deal? Like, do you think the kids should still be accustomed to the lifestyle that they were given? Or do you think it's, hey, we're not together anymore, you gotta, make up your end of the bargain? I just want to know. Condos in some cities could run out a month. Oh yeah, Alabama Jones. Again, they're celebrities. So even in Georgia, like Cardi B, I forgot how much her mansion is, but people were saying for the amount that she's spending on her mansion, she could find a house just as big and probably way cheaper than that. But with celebrities, it comes a lavish lifestyle. So that's why I'm never getting married again and again, I think. I agree with wifey, but those are rich people. Sorry to say, most times with rich white folks, the wife is usually the one who spends. Yes, I definitely agree with that, Trey. Yeah, they did. I heard similar. I think them and many others could have had much better relationship if they were less strict. I hear they like things on terms of their own a lot, which can be. Every time I hear a different tax brackets, it reminds me of GLM, shaking my head. Good for consumers, but bad for others and gamers who just want to play the games on a system. Yeah, so I mean, look, they've been together for a really long time. I can understand, again, like what you said, Trey. These are celebrities. They're in a completely different tax bracket. Their expenses, their lifestyle it won't compare to ours, okay? But do you guys think $2 million a month, do you think that's a bit much, even though we know Dr. Dre probably can very much so afford that? Do you think it's fair?
No, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all, because I'm going to be labeled as misogynistic, but you know what I'm saying? He's doing all the hard work, right? I guess she's holding down the kids, all that. That's why she gets something. But this is, just like my wife said, this is why we don't prevail as black people. Like entertainment, mortgage, phone bill, and all that stuff. Like all that money that they have could be going towards better things. But entertainment. What entertainment is that much money during COVID? Please tell me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry. sorry. I'm just putting a cushion on the chair.
Oh, I told you
It
that
was
chair
burning
looked
me.
uncomfortable.
I was getting a burn on my leg sitting on this chair. Yeah, if you ain't with me, you can't want the lifestyle I provided for you. I agree to a certain extent, King Darian. What about if there's a kid involved? Do you feel your kid should still enjoy the lavish lifestyle?
No.
Only if they're living with you?
Mm-mm.
Or do you think they still deserve it?
First of all, I don't think a kid should live that lavish style, period. Because what happens to that kid, they become accustomed to it and think that's life. And that's the easy way out instead of actually being a studio that does shit. That does things right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are looking at this from the outside of the club. That might be Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I said too. If she's saying that she wants $2 million a month, he must very easily. So that's probably like just hundreds of thousands.
I don't care though. This is why there was a conversation me and a few people had a while back, where people were saying that when it comes to like people like Bill Gates, his kids should he should break his kids off a few $1 billion. And I said no. I said I don't believe that they should get that much money. I think they should get a certain amount of money and then that should be it. There shouldn't be anything else. They have to build something for themselves. They got to go to school. They got to become doctors or engineers, technicians, socialists, sports people. They got to do all of those things. They got to do all those things before they actually go and try to. A kid gaining all that income and not having to work for it. That's what builds stubborn people, right? That's what builds stubborn people, where it feels like I shouldn't have to work for this because my dad is worth this, my mom is worth this, all of that stuff. Everything.
I agree to a certain extent, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Nah, I don't.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. So the hip hop scene is trending where we have Dr. Dre and Cardi B, right? Kids only need food, clothes, and a house. It's called child support, and I agree, Yoko. But unfortunately, yeah, there we go. Plus ultra. A lot of these wives, it gets nasty, especially if they're bitter or if there was cheating involved or if it was a bad ending. Yes, there's a lot of vindictive and envy that goes on during a whole divorce ordeal. Social Dilemma on Netflix, DC. Check it out, bro. Let's be honest. Oh, I just missed my comment. Yeah, I hate when I lose the comments. Anyways, 2 million. That's crazy. 2 mil for nothing a month.
And you know what, Seto? I completely stand right by Bill Gates with that. I'm not saying don't give your kids no money, but they gotta work for that. Don't just think that, hey, when dad passes or when I get a certain age, I'm gonna get millions. I'm gonna get like 30 million to go do this. Like, most people start off a business with $10,000 and become millionaires, billionaires. Like, them kids, I hope to God that they're doing something important with their life to expect that type of wealth.
Let's be honest, most mothers use child support on themselves or the new guy they're dating. If he's making that much, wouldn't the kids be better off with him? You're right, but again with the court,
that's
plus
also bitterness.
Ultra, they look at other things like, okay, well, if you're an entertainer or celebrity, because the wife can easily clap back and say, well, when is he gonna have time to take care of the kid? He might have the money, but the money is not gonna always provide raising a child. Like, you gotta look at it that way too. I'm not saying they may necessarily need that much money, but if the woman is gonna be taking care of the child, your money alone is not gonna do it. It doesn't take just money to raise a child.
But
that's why some of these baby mothers, I kind of got to give them the side eye too. I'm not going to only be upset with the guy. You got to be upset with the woman too, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these, think about Future. Future has, I forgot how many kids and baby mothers. But if you're the 6th, 7th, 8th baby mother, you see there was really no change. He's never married any of these girls. So what makes you think that your cooch is going to change things now that he's with you? And then a lot of times when these women have these babies, they think that it's going to keep him around, or they look at it like, okay, I secured my bag. So a lot of times
some of these women know what they're doing. So I'm not gonna say the guy or the girl is innocent, because a lot of these wives that's with these athletes and entertainers, they know what's up with their husbands.
Yep.
But a lot of times they're not gonna leave because, hey, I still want this lifestyle.
So I want to add something to what she said. And see, this is why I hate. Well, damn it! I was gonna add something. Oh, so yeah, about like his lifestyle, because he's an entertainer, but she needs $900,000 for entertainment.
Well, yeah, me personally, like I said,
90,000.
900,000.
No, hold on.
She wants $2 million a month.
But 900,000 for entertainment?
Yes, that's what I said.
So okay, all right. So $900,000 for entertainment, right? How that's basically entertainment of like an entertainer. To spend $100,000 on entertainment, you got to be doing some wild stuff. So why can't the kids be with him if she needs entertainment money like that?
Well, I don't even know if they have. Well, yeah, I know they have kids, but I mean, no. This is just, according to her, this is the type of lifestyle that I'm accustomed to. This is why I need this, because they gotta have itemized assets to prove in court why you think you deserve this a month. So I was just giving the breakdown of that. I've always said these divorce laws are outrageous. Women profit off this stuff big time, and don't have underage children. Cut that child support is absolutely asinine. Yeah, it is real sad.
Did you talk? Wasn't there somebody that wanted more and more?
$2 million a month? Is she running a NBA team or Premier League football club? Yeah, a lot of people thought it was outrageous, but then you're gonna have some people who feel, hey, like, these are million and billionaires. That's probably nothing. Like, think about it. Someone like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, if he was still alive, $2 million a month is nothing. That's probably a fraction of what they're seeing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Dr. Dre's net worth is, why she's asking for that much money.
There's too much lollygag spending in this world by these so-called people up there.
I'm gonna be for real.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
There's too much lollygag spending in this world for people to be spending this much money a month, right? I get it. You made that money, you deserve it. But when you lose that money and then you're on your feet with nothing, you're gonna wish that there was something that can help you get back in place. Like, what are these people doing with their money and stuff like that, bro?
Well, it's all about investing, really, and building a foundation. Because what I wanted to say earlier in reply to what you said.
I gotta step out.
Okay, he's gonna step out. I'll wait till he comes back. I'll read some comments. I'm gonna be for real. If I'm rich as F, my kid ain't working unless he wants to. But I would want the child to be in my custody so the mom can't take advantage of the situation. That's what I wanted to say, Yoko. He was basically saying earlier how he feels the kids should work hard. They shouldn't just get any of that money. But if you think about it realistically, if I became wealthy right now, thank you, Dwayne Jr., for subscribing. If I became wealthy or a filthy rich billionaire right now, especially, it's a difference when you come from money or if you went from nothing to something. If you don't know financial literacy, that's when you're screwed. Some of these people know how to utilize their finances and expenses the right way so they can stay accustomed to that lifestyle. But when you, right now, even if we're not striving to be billionaires, you want to be successful in your life and in your career, whatever. When you're working, if you have kids or whatever it is, whatever matters to you. If you have a good job right now, a lot of times you want something to show for it, right? So if you have a good job, you eventually want to get that nice car. You eventually want to buy that nice house. If you're married, you want to get her that ring, or you want to provide for your kids, or you want to have things that you never had before. So if I got rich right now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to want my kids to go through some of the things that I had to go through. For me, the goal is to bust my ass so my kids don't have to work like that anymore. I'm sorry. What I was basically saying was I agreed with you to a certain extent. I don't necessarily think that just because you have money and you have kids that you got to make your kids work hard for that money, because I just feel, I mean, I would probably have better financial literacy, but definitely I know if I had kids, which I do, and I was wealthy, I'm not going to want them to struggle and work hard. You know, of course, I would want to push them into something that can help them, what's the word? To help them keep the money coming. Because, you know, I want them to understand the value of a dollar. So if I was rich, I definitely would want
Not right now, baby.
I would want to spend it on my kids, but I would try to talk to them. You know, if this one is into fashion, maybe I'll try to get her into the right corner. If this one wants to go to school, then I will have the money for that, you know? But I'm not necessarily going to say, okay, because I have money, I don't think you should let your kids work hard, because
I don't think they need to work hard, but they need to be able to sustain themselves if something happens to me. If all that money blows, what are they going to do?
Well, that's why I said the most important thing is you have to learn how to manage your expenses, and most importantly, financial literacy, because time and time again, most of the time when people blow up so quickly, you're getting accustomed to a lifestyle you are not used to. So if you don't know how to maintain that money can go very easily. So
Yeah.
I just think that all plays a part. And who knows, maybe Dr. Dre and his wife, maybe even though they may spend $2 million a month, hey, maybe they're fine. Maybe they have financial literacy and they have accountants and stuff. So I'm sure they will be fine either way.
Yeah, look at how long Master P's been out the game and he's still got money. So I'm just hoping that they're investing it properly.
Yeah, and I'm sure he is, because remember he was a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he makes beats. He got the beats by Dre. I'm sure he has rights to certain songs. So he's always going to have some form of residual income.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think he'll be fine.
All right.
You know?
So, going on to the next topic, unless you had any closing stuff on this, the Rhino Autobot says financial
literacy is key for kids
I need my
born
glasses.
with a silver spoon in their mouth. Yes. Now, you see, think of what's his name? Will Smith, right? Will Smith has he has 3 kids. He has Willow, Jaden, and I think that his older son name is Trey from like his previous marriage. You know, a lot of people would say like his kids is weird as hell, but you know what? They seem to me, from an outsider looking in, it seems like they taught them well, because you don't really hear any crazy stuff about his kids getting into trouble, not strung out on drugs. Jaden has like his water bottle company and all proceeds go to whatever.
And on top of that too, Will Smith was there making sure that his video did well. Like he wasn't slacking in that water bottle commercial. He was there supporting.
Yeah, so I feel like sometimes when you come from money, I guess that's why it's important, Rhino Autobot, why you gotta have that financial literacy. Because Will Smith have a lot of motivational speeches and stuff where I'm pretty sure when he grew up, he didn't grow up wealthy. You know, he had to start from the bottom and work his way up. He knows how hard it was. And I'm sure it's the same thing for Jada Pinkett. So, I mean, you do have some kids who turn out okay. Then you have people like the Kardashians and the Jenners. We may not like them, or a lot of people may not like them, but you know what? Kris Jenner, their mother, momager, she's a money maker. She's a businesswoman first, because she found a way to generate wealth and income for her entire family, her kids, and her grandkids, and moving forward. So yeah.
Yeah, so going on next topic, Jay-Z sells Kanye's music.
So we all know there's times when Kanye goes on his tweet rants and it wasn't necessarily him that said that, but it was someone that stated that. And it is true. He sold his masters so that he could buy back his own or something like that. But if anybody who's been following Jay-Z, Def Jam, and Rockefeller from like back in the 90s, you guys would really know how shady Jay-Z is. See, right now, a lot of the newer people who's just getting into Jay-Z, probably through Beyonce, they're not going to know all the dirt that these guys has done. Like, Damon Dash, he spoke several times about how shady Jay-Z was and how he sold out, you know, the Rockefeller crew and you know, with his shady dealings. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is something that happens time and time again. But I do think Kanye is off his meds because he's like ranting and going on, but he's actually speaking some truth. I mean, he came out earlier today and he was basically saying, let me get it up. Are you guys aware of some of Jay-Z's shady dealings? If so, I would love for you guys to drop it in the comment box because I don't think people are aware of how shady Jay-Z is.
I don't really follow Jay-Z's shadiness like that. But I've heard people say that he's not the best.
Yeah. Okay, so
for what he did to, was it Freeway that he did that to, or not Freeway?
Just everybody with Rockefeller. He was just dirty. But yesterday, Kanye, he set out some tweets, and this is what he feel new recording and publishing deal guidelines should look like. The record label and publisher is a service provider that receives a share of the income for a limited term. The split can be 80-20 in the artist's favor. The artist owns the copyright in the recordings and song and leases them to the record label / publisher for a limited term deal. New recording and publishing, lawyers. The first thing that changes about record deals is actually lawyers. We need plain English contracts. A lawyer's role is to improve deals, not charge for contracts we cannot understand or track. Rewrite deals to be understandable for first read. Dependence. Artists must be dependent on no one but themselves to manage their catalog. You should need no one else to understand the business you're in. No more blanket licenses. It should be clear from day one what shares you get now and when you leave. If your song helps a deal over the line, you invested in that store / app, same as they did. 5. Equity and blanket licenses are the majority of future income. If you're with a major, you have invested your songs as shares in their power to get equity and deals. Almost all new deals are now based on all songs going to be store or app. The equity is the artist. 6. Royalties. Again, back to dependence. You need a business manager to read how you did, so you pay to see your money, no more. Basically, just summing all of this up, time and time.
Teddy Bruce said Lupe Fiasco did a informative live stream about Kanye West and the industry. Must watch.
Oh, nice, Teddy. Where can I find that? Is that something that can be found on like YouTube?
Yeah, because we'll listen to that.
I like stuff like that. Yeah. Wasn't Jay-Z and Beyonce's sister having a fight club in the elevator? Yes, they did years ago. I saw that video. And Beyonce was just standing there, so I don't know what Jay-Z did, but I like Jay, but he sounds at times vicious. Yeah, no, Jay-Z is not at all a nice dude. He is a one-man army. Everything is for me.
What did he do to that one, Beanie Siegel, how he let Beanie Siegel go to jail when the cop was like, do you vouch for him that, you know, that he won't do anything bad? And then Jay-Z was like, nah, I don't know. And then he just let him go to jail.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, man.
I think you're talking about Diddy, possibly.
Was it? Nah, I think it was Beanie Siegel
know,
and Jay-Z.
But listen, it's not just Jay. A lot of these labels, like, look, that's why I always say Puffy. Again, people like 80s and 90s kids, like people who know when rap was like at its height in the 90s and 2000s, You know, Jay-Z was a shady dude. Okay, Puffy. Everybody that was linked to Puffy, some crazy thing happened to them. Craig Mack converted to, I forgot what religious background he converted to, and then he died. Loon, like, his artist never makes money. Mace, Diddy has made millions off of Mace. And Mace is begging for his masters. All he wants is his masters to his music. But a lot of times, these people, when they sign these contracts, a lot of times these contracts, it's not working in the artist's favor.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And when they're giving you money and these cars and all this jewelry and stuff up front, that's just a loan.
That's how the what's it called, the Left Eye and TLC, they got messed over. They didn't realize
they got
that
a bad deal.
they got bad deal. They were getting all these things, all these like
people
trips and
who's
all
in
that
groups,
stuff. They ended up getting a super bad deal because all those things were loans, the shows, their trips they had to pay for. That company did them terrible. And the same thing happened with what is it, the Ice Cube's crew, NWA.
Oh, I'm not sure about
that. Oh
NWA.
no, the movie that also happened to them. They were getting duped until they went ahead and went and did their own thing. So yeah, you got to be careful with these people you're signed with. Just because somebody say you're a friend, they're a homie looking out for you. Even when it came to the dude that be knocking people out, from Death Row.
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight was given bad deals too.
Oh well, we already knew he was a crooked dude anyway.
You know.
Jay-Z halted funding for DMX when he was Def Jam press because of competition.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Jay-Z, whenever he knew people can potentially surpass him, he would find some shady way or some shady deal to screw them over. The most enlightening thing Lupe said was, you can have a great contract but be in a bad situation, and owning your masters mean nothing if you don't know what to do with it. See, I didn't even know that. I just know a lot of artists and interviewers are always constantly saying how important it is to own your masters. Like Taylor Swift, she's I don't even know most of her music, but I think she's a pop singer. Yeah, I think you could say she's a pop singer. But she's been trying to fight to get her masters for the longest time. And a lot of these managers and stuff, even the lawyers are not working in your favor.
Basically, by owning your masters, like no company owes you. Like for instance, let's say she's signed with Def Jam, right? And if she stops getting out of music, Def Jam could keep making money off of her music unless she owns the masters to it.
Yeah, and it's like you're kind of always embedded or in debt to them. You know what I mean? So these people, I mean, if you're a hungry, this fly.
I'm gonna kill that fly.
These celebrities, when they're first coming in, especially when you're hungry and you want that recognition and that traction and that money, these people are not gonna be looking at their small fine print contracts. And although sadly you might have a lawyer there presented with you, they're gonna make it seem like they're working in your favor, but a lot of times they're not. So I mean, yeah, P. Diddy is sneaky. Baby and Cash Money was the worst offender though. Now I remember I heard about Baby doing Lil Wayne real dirty. Now Yoko, did they like finally settle that? Because I think the other day, I think Baby apologized to Wayne, or I think they settled it or something. I'm not sure. You know who else I heard got a really bad deal?
No, you don't. So yeah, Seto, you do not own if someone owns the masters, you do not own your music.
Yeah. And they were basically like making money off of you.
Let's say you retire, or for instance, like I can't.
Well, someone broke it down, okay, right here. They said basically owning your masters is like owning land. Like, great, you got land, but now what you gonna do with it? But is it better to just get 10% for the rest of your life then? Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. Like, you see, I know we would think like people like Jay-Z and Diddy, they are shady, but out of everybody from Rockefeller and Bad Boy Entertainment, Diddy was the one that knew how to. He was a businessman. Of course, it wasn't to benefit his whole team. It was just to benefit him. But Diddy is very wealthy. He's fine right now. Okay, he's invested in a clothing company that was really successful. Mm-hmm. He invested in, is it the Ciroc brand, I think?
Yeah.
You know, he has his own liquor thing. He has a lot of ventures that he could dip off into. Same thing like Jay-Z. I think he owns a piece of, I don't remember what thing. I don't know if it's part of the NFL or whatever. So that's another thing also. It's kind of like a flip-sided thing, because how is it that somebody, because Jay-Z actually did speak a few times and said people like Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleak, Freeway, these people didn't utilize their money the way he did. But is it because they didn't know financial literacy, or did they just get a bad, shady dealing from the jump?
That's what it really at the end of the day, when you get the bag, you don't think about a lot of these things. Somebody comes to you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $30 million to come sign this record deal with me."
Yeah, it's like if you're from the hood or something, what are you gonna do? Say no when you want to buy your mom a house, get your kids things they've never had.
What's up, Absolute MMA?
You know, hey, Absolute. I'm sure Jay-Z and Diddy keep receipts to blackmail you if you open your. Of course, these people have dirt on each other. And I actually hear all the time that Jay-Z is really powerful in the music industry. And if you're into the whole like Illuminati stuff and go down that rabbit hole, they're always constantly saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z is like top ritualistic witches, and they do witchcraft and all that stuff. So who knows? I mean, who knows? Yeah, he paid up, but only for blocking C5. Okay. Wayne could have sued for more, but Baby was like, we don't have any cash books. Wayne would probably win, but it will take forever. Yeah, and you see, sometimes when it comes to like suing and lawsuits and stuff, some people would rather just settle because
it takes a long time.
Like, who the hell wants to be back and forth with the courts? You can look at Lil Wayne and just see, like, this industry just beat him down. He looks really old. He looks really stressed out. I think he's had a couple seizures before in the past. So I'm pretty sure
What's up, Tehran?
He doesn't want to deal with, you know, constant lawsuits and stuff. He probably just wanted to be free of that situation and just have his own creative control. Now I think he has his own podcast.
I think the whole podcast thing, everybody is doing a podcast.
From all sectors,
all sectors, music, news, people from the
reality stars.
Everybody's doing it, and then you know, exotic or adult people are doing OnlyFans. So everybody is doing something, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really crazy right now. Lil Wayne can't go on any long lawyer battles. All that constant drinking is catching up with his body. It really is true. Wayne was on that lean. And you know what? King Darian and Cito, I did not know how bad and addicting lean is to a lot of these like new wave of rappers. I was actually watching an interview. I like some of Vlad TV's interviews with certain celebrities because he's going to ask the questions that everybody wants to know. And one of the people, we need a Donald Trump podcast for real with them crazy tweets. Just to clown him though, nothing serious. Oh yeah, of course. Mr. Cheeto Puff President. Yeah, but what was I going to say? Okay, yeah, I like when Vlad TV interviews Lil Boosie, or Boosie Badass is his name now, because Boosie keeps everything real, but he was basically saying that he was once addicted to lean, and he was talking about how expensive lean is and how much people consume in a day alone, and how much people he knew that died from lean alone. So I'm pretty sure if Lil Wayne was like heavily on lean, I could see why he probably got super screwed with his contract. Oh, you can't text and drive. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, lean is like such a that and codeine and all this other, it's so much different things that like a lot of these new age rappers are
Hold on, that's not true. You can text and drive.
Stop. We're talking about on lean.
But hold up. These headphones, these are the Sony 1000 XM4s. They have this mode called speak to text, and you can also activate it with Siri and Google, and you could basically talk with your friends and everyone via speak to text type stuff like that. So yeah, you can. You could also do it with the headphones, the WF 1000 XM3s. Those allow you to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, what was I gonna say? Pimp C died from lean. Yeah, I did not know. Honestly, I just heard about it.
Talk about your cousin. Okay.
I didn't hear about a lot of lean stuff until like a lot of down south music introduced it, like Future and stuff. But I know it probably was really popular in a lot of the southern states like New Orleans, Georgia. I forgot where. Probably Florida. I'm still fed up with Bethesda News. DC is doing a live advertisement.
Nah, I'm just like I'm just filling you guys in. No live advertisement.
This is gonna be sounding like chopped and screwed music. Them headphones ain't gonna matter if you on lean. Yeah, that's why I'm like not on lean.
Why do people have like a heavy slur when they're on lean?
Okay, well, whoever said that, Yoko, why don't you explain to him, or anybody, explain to him from either your personal experience or whatever you heard about lean and why it's so bad. I used to wonder if Future was being paid by pharmaceutical industries to promote. Yeah, honestly, he was like one of the first and only rappers.
Didn't they say that? Didn't they? They said that at one point that they feel like rappers are like advertising drugs to kids.
Well, yeah, a lot of these rappers. Okay, you had Lil Pump, you had Lil
These
Peep,
names, man.
Lil Pump, Lil Peep,
Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi. Well, I don't know if he talks about lean and pills, but Future is like an avid person that talks about that stuff. Yeah, it definitely does have heroin properties in it. It's really, and it's highly addicting. And like I said, when I watched that Boosie interview, he was saying I forgot how much thousands of dollars he would spend a day. Easily over $6,000, $10,000, because he said eventually that first couple fixes that you get, you need more just to like, you gotta overcompensate to get that first high that you got. So he was saying he was spending thousands of dollars a day, and he
little
knew,
Boosie, yeah.
Yeah, he's clean now, but he was saying like he knew so much people that died on lean.
Didn't he say that it like made you feel dehydrated?
Yes, I think, and you know what? It's so sweet too. So he was saying that he believed that was probably one of the reasons that aided him in getting
also
diabetes.
messing up your kidneys and stuff like that?
It can. He believes that was one of the things that contributed to his health issues.
Yeah, man. When you take drugs that are like very like effective to your health,
Excuse me.
it can cause more problems. And there's a lot of times that we don't know what medical issues we have. We could have like underlying medical issues. That's why. Or
that's dormant.
Yeah, that's dormant and only activates when something goes wrong. Like if you catch a cold, or if you get an injection from like a vaccine, you literally start running backwards.
Promethazine and codeine are heavy opiates. Yep.
Yeah.
But he had serious withdrawals when he wouldn't take lean. Oh, Boosie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I can respect somebody like Boosie, because when you have somebody like him where you live in your truth and you're honest, there's really nothing that anybody can say about you that can hurt you. Like, I have a different respect for Boosie because of a lot of the interviews that he do with Vlad TV. So I like Boosie. So I was very mad when Mark Zuckerberg took away his Instagram. Zuckerberg. But he calls him Zuckerberg. Oh, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But what's next on the chopping
Fun fact:
block?
DJ Screw not only invented chop and screw, he also popularized codeine purple drink that he also died from. Wow, isn't that that's so ironic?
What was the name of that other thing that people were taking at one point? Molly's.
Yeah, that's like very popular with like a lot of new age people. Oh, I knew a guy who used to sniff pills who ended up with some seizures. Like that ish was dormant. Now he takes meds for not to have seizures. And you know what, Cito? There's a lot of these prescription drugs will mess you up way quicker, and it's way highly addicting than like just regular marijuana. Like back in the day, people used to smoke Reggies and it was cool with that. But now this new age rebooted weed, I'm telling you, like, I don't know, Leanest cough syrup, Jolly Ranchers, and Sprite. Yes, I always used to, you know, I think the first person I used to always see that have like 2 cups in their hand was Future. And I'm like, what's up? Like, why does he always talk about Dirty Sprite and this and that? And it was actually a cousin that I knew in Georgia who used to tell me, okay, that's what it is, you know? And unfortunately, I mean, I had a cousin that passed away from something like that. So it's terrible. I knew,
so moving on to different topics. So Loon and Diddy reunite since prison release.
Yeah, so Loon, he got released, I don't remember, it was probably about a month ago. And a lot of people was very iffy because he was doing a interview with somebody or like a live stream. And I think the Shade Room announced that he's now a free man. And people saw Diddy in the comments that was saying, oh, Loon, holla at me. So a lot of people was very upset and was dragging Diddy for that because they're like, my guy. The main reason why Loon probably got into the situation he was in when he got arrested was because you screwed him over. He wasn't making money. He had to resort to selling drugs. And he ended up getting a 14-year sentence, but he got out a little early. So,
Yo, the things...
Well, I wouldn't say they're back, Stank Mob, but they did reunite. I'm hoping that it was just like a genuine reunite. I would hope that Loon does not do any business with him.
Maybe Loon is desperate. He's been away for so long, and he's coming back to no income, no business.
I don't know. I mean, listen, if I was down with somebody and I signed a contract with this dude, we made millions of dollars together, or I made millions for you, and the longevity of his career was very short-lived. It was like he was hot for a few years, and then we just did not hear from Loon anymore. Same with Shine. Same with everybody that's linked to Diddy again. So it's like, is this dude like a vampire? Like what is his deal? Diddy will leave you hanging. There's no reason to ever sign to him. Exactly. Everybody from Bad Boy is either broke, dead, or super religious like Mason Shine. And you got to remember Tehran, Craig Mack, remember Flavor in Your Ear? Craig Mack, when he was getting big, this is when he came out around the time Biggie was in the group. Then he had Junior Mafia. Where is Junior Mafia today?
Shine got deported.
Most people don't even know where Lil Cease is or any of the people that was with him. Remember, he also had that show Making the Band. Those people fell off after the show. He came out with that other thing, Danity Kane, and he had so many shows.
everybody that's linked to Diddy, again, like Tehran said, broke, dead, or super religious.
Yeah, he said
or they go to jail.
Shine got deported and Diddy left in the rot.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, Shine, he actually came out recently when Puffy was dating J-Lo. This is when J-Lo was trying to be hip to the black community. After she got her little fans from the black community, she went back to her Latina side. But anyways, when she was dating Diddy, they went to a club or something. I forgot where in New York. And Shine ended up getting arrested, or he took the fall for Diddy. It was Diddy that left Shine hanging, and why he got arrested and ended up going to jail and everything.
You got to be careful who you go into business with, man. Just, French Montana, only person still doing it all.
I didn't even know that he was with a Bad Boy, Q-Dub TV.
Wait, French Montana was with Bad Boy?
I didn't know that. Is he with Bad Boy? Didn't
French
Craig
Montana
Mack
is
die
still
a couple
doing
years
well.
ago? Alabama Jones, yes. I think he had I think he had some type of cancer or a chronic illness disease. Lil C's, last I checked, lost weight and became a fitness guru. Oh, really? Well, that's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, man. When you lose weight, you you love the way you look. You just work out, man.
I used to like Junior Mafia. Yes, Alabama. He was in a Christian cult. Yeah, it was Craig Mack. He was in a Christian cult and everything. He was giving all the little money that he had to his little cult. Then he ended up getting sick, and then
Isn't that like
passed.
Scientology? Just give your money away to the church.
Yeah, that's what a lot of these cult-like religions are like. But I don't like to bash any religions.
No, we're not gonna
because,
bash any religion, but
a lot of them are cult-like though.
So, question. Tomorrow, Xbox pre-orders happen tomorrow. Are you interested in Xbox at all?
You really want my honest?
Yeah, I want your honest answer. There's a lot of gamers that follow me.
Jeez, no, I don't care for it.
It's the most powerful console ever, though.
So what does that mean for me? What am I gonna do with this information?
It plays games at 4K and better than on the other system.
Well, you asked me and I said no.
All right, but hold on. But you also get this thing called Game Pass, which is like Netflix, and you get all their games on there day one, and you don't pay anything extra. You pay $9.99 or $14.99.
All games?
Their games and what they add.
Only their exclusive games.
And some other stuff.
Me, probably not, because I know I'm not a crazy gamer like that anymore. So I'm probably gonna get a console that I know I'm gonna use more.
So what? Why wouldn't you use the Xbox more? It's still a game system.
It is a game system, but I used to like more of the PlayStation exclusives.
So you don't like this controller?
I don't care for it. I have the PS.
Hold this controller.
PS controller.
Hold on, I want her to hold this controller.
In my brain.
Just hold it though. It might change things.
It's not changing anything.
You're not pressing the
answer is
buttons.
no.
You gotta press the buttons.
I said no.
Just press the buttons.
Oh my goodness.
Hold the controller. Press the buttons.
No.
Why? I mean, doesn't it feel comfortable?
Look, I have.
You sound like a fanboy right now.
I'm not a fanboy. I can definitely tell you I'm not a fanboy.
So why won't you touch this?
Because if you ask me, I didn't go out and get that PS5, so I ain't no fanboy. That's you.
Okay, all right, we'll leave that there.
But no, I would not. What does Mrs. Cloud play?
She's an RPG.
I like RPGs
fangirl.
and survival horror games. M. Carter. It's one of the best Netflix players ever.
Wow.
Is Microsoft buying Bethesda really going to benefit them? Honest question. Hell no, I got a PC. I'm curious to see if it really performs when it drops. I prefer PlayStation. Yeah, honestly, I do. And look, me, I'm not even a person that's like into the hardware and all that stuff. If you don't put that controller away,
Just touch it.
I don't want to.
All right, hold on. This?
What about it?
Would you prefer to play this?
Yeah, I like the. I
Wow,
like
hold on. So, you telling me that you would prefer to play this,
Yeah.
but not this?
Yeah, because I like a lot of Nintendo games. I like the Super Marios. I will play the old Mario. I would play Breath of Fire 2. I would play Zelda: A Link to the Past. So yeah.
Hold on. One more time. Just hold it.
Me personally, to answer your question in so many words, since he's gonna keep asking, if I was a person that was a deep gamer and I was a collector and I had money, then I probably would. But me, I'm not a crazy gamer like that anymore. Survival horror. So you should get an Xbox. It's horrible seeing how long you have to survive with no games. DC's gonna get a Series S for the bathroom because it's only $300. Nuh-uh, Yoko, don't convince him. Can you stop? What? Oh my god. Xbox got rare games. You don't want any rare games. So Teddy, can you tell me some of the rare games? Honestly, I don't know. The only main games I know. The only main games that I know that I know of was like Gears of War, Halo. Those are like their two exclusives.
Yeah, she don't even want to touch it.
I just don't understand. Okay, look, I held it. Put it away. I don't know what's so funny about that.
Oh man, yo. Yeah, people say when I actually go into my real life, I sound like the Joker.
Yeah, you really do. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yo, she didn't even want to touch the controller.
It's not that I didn't want to touch it. I felt like I answered your question. You keep asking me in so many ways, and I said no. Because me personally, I'm not a hardcore gamer like that. Honestly, if it was up to me personally, I probably wouldn't have gotten the new PS5. Or if I did, I probably wouldn't have been in a rush to run. Thanks for the super chat. DC should audition for the Joker role. That freaking laugh.
She hates it because when I go, I can't stop, bro.
It's annoying. I get so irritated.
I
just felt like he kept asking me the same question, and he kept, no matter how you spin it, I kept telling him, no, not interested. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say I know the specs and all these things, because I don't follow up with those things. You know what I mean? Unless there was like an exclusive game or something that I would be die hard over. No, I'm not crazy over consoles and stuff like that.
That was funny, bro. Like, it's almost as if the thing had like a disease you didn't want to touch.
No,
I put it towards your hand and you didn't want to
Because I held it the first time. Guys, you've seen how many times
y'all saw her push it to the side, right?
No, I held it the first time, but you kept asking. Okay, so are you interested in a new Xbox?
No, I have a PC.
Why? Okay.
So, I don't know if you know this, but look, if I launch this, this is the Xbox game store. And because I have Game Pass Ultimate, every single Xbox game that's out, I get for free. And they are putting every single Xbox game that they make and studios that they buy, they go here.
Oh.
So it's like a Netflix service. Their games may not be all that, but they're still here. Like, look, they just added Disgaea. There's a lot of trash game, but they added Resident Evil 4, World War Z. I actually have to buy that on PlayStation. I could have gotten that for free. Well, actually, I'm still paying monthly for that. So, yeah. But they add things in there, you know.
What's the monthly fee?
$14.99 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's not bad.
That's not bad, right? That's actually a pretty good deal.
Especially again, like if it's a person that plays a lot of different games and stuff, that's not bad at all.
You know what's funny? I'm just now seeing it. So games that's leaving soon, as of October 1st, Dirt 2. Rally 2.0, and Dishonored 2, which is weird because now they own the studio that makes this game. So is it leaving or not? That's weird. But yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about?
The only thing I wanted to bring up was Cardi B. She finally came out and said that she basically spoke on the reasoning for divorcing. She said, you know, I don't understand why people always think it has to be he cheated or something happened or be messy. She said, you know, it's possible that people can grow apart.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happened to her.
Yo, perp minded, you're late, bro. Zelda Master John said my wife doesn't play PS because she doesn't because she doesn't use it.
Uses Switch for pretty much everything game wise. She does at least Xbox. She does use for Netflix and Hulu. We got games for it. No one plays it. Yeah, you see. So for my kids use the Switch a lot, and it's a lot of kiddie games that they would like. You know, I could see myself playing the Switch. I haven't played it recently like that. Any games at least. When I use Netflix, it's like embedded into our TV, so I don't have to use the PlayStation for that. But I can say if I was going to willingly pick up a controller and play a console, I would reach for PlayStation first, because most of the time when we buy games, if they have it for Xbox and PlayStation, we end up gravitating to PlayStation, you know. So that's just my main reason, you know. My house at least, okay.
And then also what's a QB says QD, what is that?
QDub TV.
QDub, okay. QDub TV says you get to play games you would never buy. That's also another thing too.
That's
so
actually
it's a good thing, because there are games that you want to try that you can't buy. But you know what that also is, right? That's GameStop. Use games at GameStop. You buy the game.
Do people even go to GameStop like that anymore?
We got our PlayStation from GameStop.
No, I'm talking about
my
the
collector's
games.
edition games come from GameStop.
Can you stop blinking? I'm talking about not GameStop. I'm talking about the game.
She makes fun of my eyes. I have what's called what they have. They call butterfly eyes, because I blink a lot, and I never notice it. Hold on.
So I guess for somebody who likes to try a lot of, like, try before you buy type thing, that might be a good reason for somebody to get an Xbox. If you've never had it before, Game Pass before,
you could find like things online.
Do they have Game Pass for PlayStation?
No, that's an Xbox thing.
Okay. So yeah. So you see.
So, but hold on. There also, if you've never had Game Pass before, you can find stuff from like Taco Bell where you get 4 to 5 months for only $1.
Well, yeah, you see little things like that. I can see why, for some people, why that may be an advantage over PlayStation.
I think Game Pass is an amazing thing for college students and kids.
I can see why. You know how much money people are saving? Think about the price of one game. One game right now for any console.
Hold on.
So I can definitely understand.
Each of these games is $60 a piece. Then you buy more, $60 a piece again. Imagine doing that for so many different games that come out. Then if you get collector's edition and steelbooks, $100, $200, more and more and more. And then if you buy from multiple platforms, like this, I'm returning, or I'm gonna keep, because I heard it could go for a lot. This, $60 for emulated games. Emulated games. This is the same games that they haven't done anything to them. They haven't made them widescreen. They haven't upgraded the resolution. Nothing.
All I have is a Switch, because that's all I have like time for.
Yeah, because you're a gamer on the go.
Yeah,
Nothing
you
wrong
see.
with that.
And see, I like portability now too, so I mean, it's not every time. And then
now I kind of have to be in a certain mode to want to play a game, like, and enjoy it the way I do. Like I said, the last game that I played.
Got him.
Got it?
Got him.
Good. The last game that I played and enjoyed comfortably was that Resident Evil Nemesis remake.
Yeah, you love that.
That was fun. Like, I was literally playing every day, you know, when I had time, when the kids are not bothering me and they're out of my face. But now, I just know I don't have a lot of time like that to... I utilize my time doing other things now.
I could be wrong on that, Zelda Master John, because I haven't opened mine yet. I don't know if you realized it. It's still in the wrapper. It's still in the wrapper. I haven't popped it out the wrapper or anything. Still in the wrapper. $60, bro. And I've heard people have cracked in the source code for that game, and apparently there might be more games coming that they're going to charge us for $60 again for multiple games that they haven't done anything. No, I'm not on the go. I just that's just all I have the time to play. I can't imagine keeping up with games on multiple consoles. Yeah,
Teddy, I am with you on that. I say it all the time. They have different type of gamers, and I feel like the issue I have with gamers today is, if you think back decades ago when we were young and Super Mario was prevalent, back then we didn't care about graphics and stuff. We just played about the entertainment or the game itself.
Hey, shout out to Fiend, because I saw this earlier and I didn't realize it. So shout out to Fiend for now being a member of the DC Twister Squad. So Fiend, thank you for being a member, man. So yeah, if you really want to support us, you could become a member. There's multiple tiers to join where we could chat, game together, and stuff like that. And it's another way to support the channel. Yeah, so shout out to Fiend, shout out to Novocaine, and a few other people that have become members. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, what are the prices?
Yeah, but before I lose my train of thought, what I was saying was, me, I guess I could say I've always been like a casual gamer. I feel like gamers today, majority of them, it's like a competition thing, you know, or it's like a collector's thing. Like, yeah, I got it first. Like you heard me last week. I was saying, listen, if you don't get the PS5, just wait until after the pre-order to get the game. But it's like, why is everybody in a race to just to be like, yeah, I got it first? Like me, I told him, and I said it before, when I play a game, I like to play a game and enjoy it. I hate moving on to another game if I haven't beat a game. And I'm not in no rush to beat a game because I'm just trying to enjoy it for whatever it offers. I played Final Fantasy 12 so many times, and although I didn't beat it yet, I play the game because I just enjoy leveling up my characters, getting the best armor, getting the best weapons, doing all the side quests. Same thing like when I was playing Resident Evil. I wanted to make sure I was getting all the bobbleheads, how to play the game and try to get like an A or B plus. You know, like I like to play the game for different things like that. Everybody want to be Ray J. I'm like that too.
Yeah, she is a perfectionist, dude. So if she beat, okay, so I know how people say they hate guides, but she beats games without guides and then goes back with guides to, like, what was she doing on Final Fantasy? She was doing something on Final Fantasy where she had to get a specific steel,
Genji armor.
the Genji armor, and she
Final
spent
Fantasy 12.
hours trying to get it, hours perfecting the game. Like, I don't know, I haven't done that in a while. I think the last game I did that on was Freedom Wars for the PS Vita, and I think I put in a few hundred hours into that game, and I did everything, matches. I maxed it out. I got every weapon, maxed out every weapon. It's been a while since I played a game where I'm like, I want to do everything. The last game I kind of was feeling with that was Snack World for Switch. Snack World for Switch was the game I was trying to do that on. Okay, Fiend. I didn't know that it doesn't show up on the mobile. Yeah, I don't know. But no, man. But thank you, man. And any way to support the channel, you guys, like, thank you so much. Like, do that instead of super chatting and stuff like that. Like, we're gonna read your comments anyways. We're not like, and not taking jazz. We're not like other people. We'll read as many comments as we can because we're interacting with you. That's what I feel a live stream is interacting with you. Even if I had other people here, like you see my wife, she wants to read there. So you don't have to pay us to read your comments. The way we look at every one of you that are in here, we look at you, all of you, as valuable people. Because again, during COVID, you guys are people that we talk to. Like, we talk to everyone in here. Even some of the people that may not like me that come in here, we still talk to you guys. So you don't have to super chat us. But if you want to support the channel, you could basically become a member there.
The game the YouTuber been saying that sucks, like Watch Dogs. I had a blast. That's why I don't listen to reviews. Yeah, and that's another thing. I just think sometimes certain things just takes away from just the entertainment itself. Like, I think about stuff like that now. Like, just how we've come as a society. Like, everybody wants to be up on the latest thing. Like, I think about my iPhone, and I say to myself, when the next iPhone come out, why should I get the new latest phone? Like, what is the major difference every time a new iPhone comes out? It's not really much of a difference from the previous one. And it's so much money. It's hundreds of dollars more than the previous one. Mm-hmm. And I feel it's the same concept, but some of these consoles that come out every year, it's always going to be a few $100 more than what it was. The prices of games are going to go up. So I don't know. I guess I have a different perspective now.
How do you feel about games now being $70?
I feel bad for people who may not be able to afford that. So again, for somebody who has, what is it called,
Streaming?
No, what was the name of that thing? The Xbox?
Game Pass.
So I can understand for a college student or something who can't afford a game, I can understand why, they would like something like Game Pass.
Yeah,
Everybody
bro.
Can't afford
with all
$70.
the backlash people was giving Watch Dogs 2, I had fun playing that game. It was like, and you know how people were getting upset that, like, he's out of touch killing people as a nerd. The way I looked at it playing the game, he's a hacker. Hackers don't kill like that. So for me, the fun of the game was getting through with hurting as less people. As a matter of fact, it had a taser gun, right? I would use the taser gun more than anything else. I wouldn't kill people unless I had to.
Mm-hmm. But I think it was Mugiwara Link. I think it was you that said you're a completionist.
Yeah,
I'm kind of the same way when it comes to games.
And it was also Teddy
yeah,
Brucey.
And Teddy. Yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's a game and it sparks my interest, I would play it. But again, I've said it many times. I am obsessed with the Final Fantasy VII franchise, and I haven't even started it yet. I barely started the game. I probably just got a little past where they beat the demo. But yeah, I guess, I like to focus on just one game.
I have a feeling that she's waiting for the whole game to finish.
No, I don't think I'd wait that long, because I'm pretty sure I'll jump on again. But yeah, last year I spent 120 on Division 2, 100 on FIFA, 100 on NBA. 70 is not an issue at this point. Yeah, that's for you, Cito, but can everybody say the same? For the people who was up on every of like the latest consoles and games, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about your average consumer or slightly below average consumer. I doubt most average people are buying games like that, because believe it or not, $70, $100, that can stretch a long way for somebody who is on a tighter budget.
Yeah, but as for Alexander, we're doing great tonight, buddy. Thanks for coming through, man. We were talking about a few topics. I noticed you showed up a little late. But yeah, we're just chilling tonight, man. But again, thank you for coming through. If you get a chance, hit the like button or rewatch later whenever you get a chance. and try to retweet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Stankma, funny guy. That name is just funny, Stankma. Like when I think of that, I think of like a girl doing like or dude doing like a stanky like.
I think of stank mouth.
Yeah,
That's
like,
what I thought at first. Like when I first seen your username before, I thought it was stank mouth.
This whole $10 game increase to me doesn't matter. Games have been $60 for 20 years. Did it start 20 years ago? Because I remember, I think it was around the Xbox One, the very first Xbox One games were $49.99. Then it changed later on.
Okay, so it may not be a drastic increase. Yeah,
Yeah,
and like I said,
because it went from $49.99 to $60, and then when this generation just passed started, they were charging people extra money to play games online if you bought a game used or something like that. So I don't, and I know that people
and
are gonna.
that might not be a plus for some people. Some people may not like the idea of that. So.
And a while back, and I know people like to use this as a thing, was we used to pay way more money for Nintendo games. Like N64 games cost a lot more money, but that was because the cartridges cost a lot to make for it. Yeah, the cartridges cost a lot to make, a lot.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's the same thing with Nintendo now. Cartridges cost more to make versus disc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. People can buy. Now, let me ask you this, because I haven't bought a used game in like well over a decade. If you buy a PlayStation 4 game used right now, how much of a difference is it in price compared to?
That depends on GameStop.
The game?
That just depends on GameStop. Sometimes they'll sell it for $44.99. It depends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a few times when I had my Game Boy Advance. I forgot which one of my games. I don't know if something happened to it or it got lost, but I was not gonna buy the same brand new game again. I still had the box. I went right to GameStop, bought another used Super Mario Advance. I think that's what it was called.
I used to go to GameStop to collect different version of Game Boy Advance. I had the Glacier, I had the see-through one, I had colors that were only in Japan. I had the Royal Blue, I had all of them. I had the black one. I had so many different games. I buy 3 used games for $60, man.
When we were younger, a friend failed his report card. I remember being outside and his dad literally broke every cartridge. This boy was crying his eyes out. What? I would have been crying too. I hate seeing videos online of parents breaking up their kids' consoles. Like, you freaking idiot. I'm sorry.
You spent money on that.
Yeah.
The company already got their money.
Yeah, like
the retailer, the consumer, everybody already got their money. You're
say
the one
just
that's
take
out.
it away or give it away. Why
Yeah.
break it? Like, that's so stupid. Damn, I would have been. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That little boy was probably traumatized. If he was
Do you remember the story about the kid where the grandmother took away Call of Duty and he killed her in her sleep?
No.
Yeah, a kid killed his grandmother in her sleep because she took away the video game.
I believe it. Probably try to shoot up the school afterwards too.
Yeah. No one likes to pay more for games. Heck, I don't want to pay more, but it was expected. But if you don't like playing for full games, right now, please get a PlayStation 5 physical and support GameStop.
True.
Fiend, you work at GameStop, man.
True. I had a system though. He still played there. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, please, you breaking up them consoles and cartridges. All right, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go to Jake's house.
What's up, Obey
and
Anime?
I'm gonna play there.
Obey Anime. Speaking of anime,
Hello.
did they do they didn't do the season? Did they drop any?
No, they didn't drop it yet. It didn't get released. We know it's going to be released this fall, but I don't know if there's a date yet. I never heard that one, DC.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up the story while she talks. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take this over here. So
what,
it doesn't bother.
AOT?
Yeah, no.
Oh. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's, I don't know. I just think we, as a society, we just complicated the gaming community over time.
Okay, here it goes.
it
I'm
when
gonna
it was
let the
simple.
reporter read that.
Okay. An 8-year-old boy allegedly shot and killed his grandmother Thursday evening after playing Grand Theft Auto video game.
She was 87, pronounced dead inside her Slaughter, Louisiana home, and that was back in 2013.
And he did that because she told him to turn the game off.
Yeah, he was probably white. I'm sorry.
Careful with that.
Yeah. Might get in trouble for saying that.
Yeah, careful with that.
You know what's up. Y'all be safe out in Cali. Heard it turned into Sozin's comment out there. Yeah, Cali is on that BS right now, okay? First
I'm about to turn into a Super Saiyan and just like save the world or something.
We've been dealing with so much as far as smoke.
Yeah, man, 8-year-old kid killed his grandmother because she took away GameStop. I mean, not GameStop. What is it? She took away Grand Theft Auto, man. That's crazy, bro. I think that's your package.
Well, I guess I got a package from Amazon.
No, and there goes the door. Who is it?
The kid.
All right,
they're
just
asking
wait.
you, what do they do with the kid?
I don't know what they
Go
did
back
to the
to the
kid.
article.
I closed it. Hold on, I'll reopen
Okay.
it.
Hold on, we're gonna see.
Oh, I can't see.
I hope he got arrested.
He's 8. What are they gonna do?
Well, I hope he gets his behind beat when he goes to juvenile. Let's see what happened. Let me
I'm
scroll
not gonna
down.
play the video. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I'm just gonna scroll down.
What that kid doing
So
playing
she
GTA
was-
anyways?
She was the boy's caregiver. Okay, so he accidentally shot her, but still. You shouldn't have been pointing no gun at your grandma anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
red flag number 1. Hold on. We have a child who does not know the impact of the consequences of the act he committed.
I mean,
Boy
he's
is
10.
not his parent. He was 8. I
well,
don't care.
That's even worse.
An 8-year-old should not be pulling a gun out on their grandmother.
But kids think there's a reset button.
I don't care.
That's the part that scares, bro. That's the part that scares, bro. Like, kids think that there's a reset. Yo, what's up, Mr. Fireman? You're late, but how's it going, man?
Here.
Yeah, but this is an old story though. This was one of the reasons they wanted to take. Yeah, this was one of the reasons they wanted like to take away gaming back then. Hold on.
That's insane. Oh my goodness, this fly is just tormenting us. We have one of those pest control people that come and spray outside like every other month. And I was asking them, like, do you guys have anything for flies? Because I feel like I've been seeing them so much more lately. And they just said, I guess, it's in seed.
Okay, so this is another one that I was talking about. 16-year-old kid. This happened July 14th, 2019. 60-year-old kid, David Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, we'll read that in a second. Patrick shot both his parents when his father confiscated Halo 3 video game. Mother's dead, father... it's a video, so hold on. Yeah, man.
Read the super chat.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's crazy. They got the weapon that he shot him with. Bro, it's crazy, man. Like, kids out here do crazy stuff. Alright, there you go.
Okay, so Mugiwara Link, thank you for the super chat. I feel like this generation is complete toxic. They're always complaining about everything, not like Golden Era PS2, GameCube, Xbox. It was so fun. 3 GTA game. I definitely agree with you, Mugiwara, because like I said, back then, I feel like again, this society just complicated the whole gaming thing. Like, it's just supposed to be fun. If you was good at this game, you were just good at it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's like, if my kid go on the Fortnite and he puts on his mic, oh, you don't want to hear the stuff that they
Oh, that's
saying
one of the
there.
reasons why I don't let him get a microphone. I have him mute others. He'll go on a mic only if he's playing with his friends that we know, like friends and family that they get into parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, Fiend, I agree. That kid was definitely disturbed. I don't care if he was 8 years old. If you think it's okay to pick up a gun and shoot your grandma because she confiscated a console or game, I can't even say. I'm not gonna say I hope something happened to him. No, but he needs a good butt whooping.
He probably was not getting no butt whoopings because I'm sorry.
What do you guys feel about what's
My
the word?
mom wouldn't let me play GTA growing up because she thought I would get influenced. It pissed me off, so she thought I was so impressionable. Yeah, I remember at some points my parents was kind of strict on me with certain games they wanted me to play or the music that I listened to. Like I couldn't even watch certain videos, but sometime when they wasn't around or if you're around people, I mean, you can't shelter me forever. If I have a friend up the street that has
What is going on?
007.
Yo, read the title to this.
14-year-old slays great-grandmother with sword, stabs grandmother over video game dispute. I'm telling you, these kids are kids.
Yo, what is
Listen,
going on?
I bet you everybody in the comment section is going to say it couldn't have been me that done that. Because you know, kids today don't get enough butt whoopings, okay? Listen, that could have never been me, my cousins, my friends, oh my goodness. You guys, please tell me, what if any of you guys, please put a 1 if you would be able to swing on your mom or dad and be okay that same day.
They're crazy pulling swords for granted.
Swords, slayed his grandma over a freaking dispute.
This is not Skyrim. You're not. We're not in the middle. We're not in the medieval times.
Sword. That's what I'm saying. Goodness. And I would get my A beat for raising my. Thank you. That's
I could have raised my. Yo, I remember one day my brother got me beat because he fell out because he was in the stroller in the house. And he fell out the stroller and started screaming. All I knew was that my mom came with this Mortal Kombat bicycle kick in my back, bro. Like, anytime, and he felt sorry, anything. Like, yo, and the thing is, if I did something bad, you ever thought, you remember when you guys used to think going to sleep would solve anything?
Hold on, somebody said, my mom would square up. Man's title is the article Slayed. I died thinking about swinging on my parents as a kid. That's what I'm saying. Whatever thoughts you had in your head, you kept it in your head. Let me tell you, one day, my dad, I don't remember what I did, but he was coming for me. So he was trying to follow me around the table. I'm like ducking and dodging. So you know what I did? I booked it to my room upstairs, and I thought I was safe.
This story is hilarious.
I saw my dad looking under the door, and I'm like, yes, he can't come in my room because my door is locked. Tell me why I hear a bang outside my door a couple minutes later. I look under the door. He had screwdrivers going through his toolbox trying to open up my door. I knew it was over for me.
Yo, that story right there, bro. She thought that she ran away. My man took the doors off the hinges for her.
That's what if you black, you getting whooped with a switch, broom, belt, paddle. I'm telling you. And if your family came from the Caribbeans, you already know. They don't play.
Yo, I used to look for everything. Yo, my cousin told me go roll in the grass. It'll help take the hits better. And I would go, and then my grandmother, she would send me to get the belt, and I always used to laugh at that because I would get the weakest belt, and I would fake cry, and then one day she realized that it wasn't hurting, and she went up and got the belt. You know them thick belts that's skinny?
Mm-hmm. I remember in 7th grade, I saw one of my friends yell, "F you, Mom." I gave a whole Scooby-Doo, like, Shaggy, you ain't going up. That's what I'm saying. I remember, okay, at one point, we lived in the suburbs of South Florida, right? And I remember, like, this neighborhood was still fairly new. It was, like, just straight suburb, predominantly white area, right? And there was this boy across the street. If you laugh, they would tear you up more. Gotta learn the game.
Yo, exactly. You know what I hated too? When they beat you and then they tell you why you made me do this. I didn't want to do this.
Like, what?
didn't want to
house,
hurt you.
First, your mom would discipline you, then say, go sit down and wait for your dad after work. So
Yo.
we have time to prepare mentally for what's to come. Did you have to get the Switch? I didn't have to get the Switch because there was enough weapons around in my house for my mom and dad to use. Me and my brother got whooped with a cable box once. We was arguing. Oh, I got whipped with a cable cord before, and it leave welds. We was arguing over what to watch. Dad's man's unplugged the box and beat us with it. I'm telling you. My pops is from Africa, and my mom is from the East Coast. She came from a military family, and my grandparents didn't tolerate this ish, especially my granddad. He had hands the size of bowling balls.
Yo.
He had King Kong hands.
I remember one day we were supposed to come home, right? And my cousin, we were across the street. This is back when I lived in Jamaica. We were across the street from my mom's house, and we were basically playing video games. And I told my cousin, yo, it's getting dark. We got to go home. And this fool said, nah, I talked to your mom. We're good for another hour. Yo, I came home, and yo, the moment I walked in the door, because I was the first to come in, I just heard the, and then it hit me in my back. I did the,
it stings.
And you can't even cry. And then I ran into the bedroom, and I closed the door, and she's like, yo, open the door. She's like, open the door, open the door, all of that, bro. And I waited. It got dark. And my cousin was lying on me. He's like, yo, but we knew, he was like, yo, he told us that we could come back a little bit later. I'm like, he's lying. Yo, he got a whooping because he couldn't get in the room fast enough. And I got in trouble. So I waited for the night to get a little later. And then I didn't hear nothing. I heard my mom inside the Jamaican beef patty store across that grandma owned, and I went to go take a shower. Yo, she caught me in the shower and beat me while I was wet, bro.
Those hurt. Someone said my family friends could whoop me, lol. And if they whooped me, then my parents would say, why would you embarrass me like that? Then they will whoop and discipline me.
Yep.
I'm convinced that black people all had the same upbringing. I feel like majority of us did. The worst was getting whooped with a switch, and then they tell you to take a bath. I'm telling you,
right?
All these things we talk and made us more disciplined people now. That's the problem with the now. Mm-hmm. There were rules in the house. Don't sit in my granddad's recliner, or you will getting smacked into a concussion. When you got hit with that first smack, it was like you were in slow motion to time the hurt out.
Yeah, it's alright.
I'm telling you. And you would think sometimes going in the bathroom and stuff that you're safe.
Yo,
no.
I had the door locked, and I'm telling you, for almost 2-3 hours I was in there. She did not forget.
Yeah.
And you know the worst part is my cousin confessed, and then you know what she said? I had to beat you because you ran.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And you see, there's a handful of people that would still agree that it did instill discipline in us, but then you have the other side, or other people who feel like, that's kind of like that slave mentality where you're like whooping your kids, So I try to do things differently. I don't think I would take any weapon. You can't nowadays anyway, because Child Protective Services will be on you. You can't discipline your kids anymore, even if you wanted to.
They came to the house because my son fell off the bed trying to get candy and fell on the edge of our bed in Connecticut, and he got like a mark that was like this long. They came because they thought I was hitting him, and the kid told the story. All his brothers and sisters had to tell the story and everything, and that's when they left us alone. They don't play, man. Your
kid go to school with little marks and stuff, they're going to ask questions. And if they don't like you, they're going to be on you.
Yep. All of
That's
that, man.
part of the reason why kids today are brought up differently, because parents can't beat their kids without getting arrested. Yeah, and you know what? It's crazy.
You know what? I call the word, I don't know the word, but I feel that shenanigans on that. Why? Because they discipline you in the military. That's a form of abuse. They get you in a mental state where you have to listen. They scare you into listening. And
Well,
why
in a
do
way,
you
that
do?
kind of is like a slave mentality, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay. So, do you guys think it's instilling the fear what's causing the kids to listen? Do you think? Okay, when you was a kid,
They tell
did you fear getting your butt whooped because it hurts, or was it like? Did it teach you like, okay, damn, I was wrong. I shouldn't have did this. Like, I want to hear y'all thoughts. Like, did you guys ever sit in your room crying snotty nose thinking about what you did? Or were you just in fear of getting in trouble because you didn't want to get beat?
Yup. But yeah.
Connecticut don't play. They are strict.
The lady came and she was like, we know you didn't do anything. You know, we're just getting a story.
Yeah, the social worker, though, the one that came to the school, she was out for us. I think she was racist.
Bro, she came to the house.
She was trying to get
She came to the house and she was like, they put so much sugar in the Kool-Aid. Like, we're black, bro. Like,
hold up, wait a minute. You ain't about to get on my Kool-Aid, okay?
And she was mad. She's like, I have one kid and I don't know how you guys do it because it's hard for me. Like, you're over-parenting.
Yeah, lady, hold on. I have 5. So what you mean? To get off of my
Yes,
side.
Connecticut's wild like that, bro.
Yeah, they're strict. I knew a lady where her and her husband, they didn't have kids at the time, but this lady, she was one of them type of ladies like straight out of Brooklyn that would fight her dude. They used to always get into fights, and she knew when she used to call the cops on him, they're gonna automatically take her side. So every time when she would fight the husband, she'll call the cops about some wild stuff, and almost every time the cops would work in her favor.
The lady that came to the house was white.
Yeah, if you're talking about the social worker, babe, she was white. If you're talking about the lady that beat up her man, she was black.
Yeah. She can't beat me because I mark easily, so I would have evidence.
Tehran, that wouldn't work in my house. They would say, crying make you more noise, then it'd be harder shots.
Yeah.
You remember those days? Sometimes, like, you think if you're screaming louder or something, like, you're going to be saved.
Nah.
No, that make it worse.
No, that made it worse. Because
Yeah,
they hit
Darian.
you. Shut up! Shut up!
Don't you hate when they, like, talk? Didn't I tell you to? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He needs to leave her. No, King Darian, it's bad. Like, that lady, I think something is, like, wrong with her. She's very miserable. Like, I think that dude was probably scared of her, and he's a big dude. But that girl, she's real wicked. She would do vindictive things. Like, she'll call the cops and say, yeah, I know this man that lives here, he's doing this or doing that. Like, just real stupid stuff when she's mad. Like,
Yo, that's a fact, Fiend. Other than California, Connecticut, man, they had their pockets in my taxes, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They had their hands deep in my pocket for taxes, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Every time I get a bonus, I wouldn't even get happy no more.
Obey Anime said that ish was discipline. I know some of my butt whoopings saved me in life later on because I wouldn't have been doing stupid stuff. That's true. Like, I know I wouldn't have done certain things. Like, if I had girls that went to the mall, I remember I knew these white girls, and they went inside some store and tried to steal a whole bunch of shirts. Not me. This happened to my sister. I'm actually telling a story, but my sister, she had a group of white friends, and they all went to the mall, and one of the white friends ended up stealing a whole bunch of shirts. So when the cops came and the parents had to come, the white lady was basically like coming at my mom and my sister because they felt like my sister was a bad influence on the white girl. My mom was like, hold on, my daughter didn't steal anything. Your daughter took all the shirts. Getting whooped in syllables was the worst. Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Yo, I remember, so there's 2 instances where I was like lucky. So my what was it? One of my ex-girlfriend, her brothers told me the story that
I know that's right,
Fiend. When she came to the U.S. and realized that you can't get beaten, she wanted to go outside, and they told her no. She got pissed, called the cops, and told them that they sexually molested her, and they didn't touch her at all. They sent her butt right back to Jamaica.
I know that's right.
And they were like, nah, we ain't playing none of that. Then I remember the first time I had a white friend in Queens, New York, and this dude cursed his mom out. His mom told his mom, I forgot what his mom told him to come inside and clean up, and he said, wait, shut the F up and fall back. And she just went in the house. Yo, I thought to myself, if I would have said that.
I know for a fact that whooping didn't work for my younger brother. He was just rebellious. It didn't help that my father was hardly there and not disciplining him. Well, you know what, Tehran? It's funny you said that because I have a cousin. He's like in our age group, but he's probably a few years younger than me. And I remember no matter what my auntie did, like, he was just so rebellious. He's like always in and out of jail for like stupid petty crimes. And it's like, I don't get it. But thinking about it now, he didn't have a male figure either. So do you think always if you have a 2-parent household that makes a difference?
That depends, because you can the father could be there all the time, dropping them off and all that. But then again, wasn't there a show we were watching where the kid was disrespectful to the mom, but when he went to the father's house, he respected him? It was it was a show on MTV or BET. I remember it was a black family, and the kid was disrespectful to his mom. Horrible.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and
I don't have kids, so I try to stay out of these conversations, but I'm not convinced beatings keep people disciplined because the crack era trumped all the whoopings they were getting. Yeah. No, you're right.
You're right.
You're right. Like I said, I mean, it's funny that a lot of us can agree that we all got some type of physical discipline.
I'll say that there were a lot of times growing up where I wanted to like pop off at like the teacher and thought about getting a whooping at home.
Yeah, like you thought, like I said, I mean, there's times I knew, again, like me and my sister, we knew this white girl, she would just go in stores, she would be stealing stuff all the time. And it's like, you know, you might be tempted to want to do those things because you see her getting away with it. But I'm like, nah, man, I know my mom ain't gonna react like her mom.
Yeah, my mom, even
so you think twice.
When we came to the U.S., she knew she couldn't like beat like that. I would get that pinch right there. I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah, that pinch.
And it was the one where it was like a twist, and he like, and then she'll whisper in your ear, "Cry, I dare you."
White children cursing their parents in the supermarket is the funniest. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, could never be me.
But
could have never been me.
We are coming close to the end. We wanted to throw in some fun stuff at the end like we normally do. Again, Fiend, Novocaine, and a few other people that became members. Thank you guys so much. To the super chat from, what is it, Malwakane, or where his name was? Thank you.
What did it say? Oh, you black is going to end difference. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine the white girl got caught stealing shirts in the mall. You know you can't get away with stealing stuff at the mall. This girl literally stole stuff. And the white girl's mother still tried to blame my sister and my mom. Remember, my sister didn't get caught with anything. They had the nerve to tell my mom that she's a bad influence on her daughter. Excuse me, BIT blank blank. I would have been like, listen.
Yep.
I was rebellious, just not that rebellious. Like, my parents took my PS2. I would sneak and grab one of them just to play it at night. Nothing like getting that. Where's your PS2 I took?
I became like a really, really, really good, trustworthy kid. It was to the point where I was like probably like, 14, 15. And my mom would let me go out to Manhattan to skateboard. I would come home at like 2 in the morning, but she told me I just had to make sure I call her by 11 or 10 to 11 o'clock and let her know that I'm on my way or I'm stopping somewhere else. And when I get to that area, like say if I was coming from like Queens to like, let's say Bleecker Street, or if I'm going to like, Union Square, I would have to let her know where I'm at. And then I would come home. I wouldn't get in trouble. She would also leave my PlayStation alone. But the moment I started getting bad grades, there was other ways your parents could like discipline you. Well, because she basically did it in front of her employees at work that I was getting bad grades, and that that made me not want to like mess up at all. I didn't want to have none of that.
I don't like the public shame
Oh, there's
that I see
Mugawari.
parents do. I don't like that. You know, I do think there can be different ways that you can discipline your kids, because I see sometimes in other ethnicities where, and some black families too, but I do see some parents sometimes it's a two parents, sometimes it's a one parent household, where they don't ever have to lift a finger, but their kids turn out well. The kids don't disrespect them. You know, there's like boundaries set into place, and they have great relationship with their parents. But
for
I
us,
think for generations, we just always thought like our parents always thought like that's what you had to do to keep somebody in check.
Yeah.
It's just embedded, and it's sad. Like, that's just something that we've grew.
I've seen
with,
some kids get beat at school in front of everybody. The parent would get in trouble, but they didn't care. Also,
yes,
like us, I just raise my voice, and I just take stuff away. And the thing is, I'm very adamant of when if I take away the switch in their tablets and their TV, it's a wrap. They're depressed. They'll make sure they get back on board with cleaning. They'll go start
depressed, but
not depressed, but they'll get upset. They'll go back to doing their stuff on the cleaning chart. Make sure they clean up, pick up dog poop in the backyard. They'll do everything that they can, and okay, that's just a day. You got to do this for an entire week to get everything back, and they just fall back into the routine of doing it because it's multiple days. But there's other ways of dealing with it. But we're about to leave right now. I'm gonna let her read these, but we're about to leave now.
We're gonna read these last couple comments. I'm sorry.
Public.
First rule when it comes to disciplining children: never get to the point where the kid feels like they have nothing to lose. All discipline at that point won't have any effect. I agree. I also noticed that beatings are some parents' only move. They don't talk to their kids or teach them lessons. Exactly. Their only move is if you do something wrong, you get a whooping. Yeah, and that's what I think. I think if they don't instill a lesson, most importantly, you want to teach a lesson. You know, you want them to know right from wrong. You want them to know why they're in trouble, not just instill fear. That's what I don't think.
And it's not always just discipline. It's sometimes getting there's one thing that I did that was pretty bad, and I scared my daughter into brushing her teeth. Like, I showed her pictures of cavities, people not having any teeth, missing teeth, old grandpa. Dude, that little girl got so scared. I'd never have to ask her about brushing her teeth. She don't eat sweets like that. She's always looking at her teeth. She never had any cavities. Bro, she would freak out if her teeth start wiggling to lose on normal. So sometimes it's just talking to your kids, man.
You finish these. I remember I was in 6th grade, screwing up, got my iPod touched and phone taken away along with games. And then the middle of the school year, got the grades up, got my stuff back. It's good motivation. I hate to see parents shaming their children online. Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Thanks for the stream, guys. Have a good day. Thank you. When I was on punishment and got sent to my granny's, I couldn't do anything but watch TV shows with her, which was soap operas like Young and Restless and Oprah. It was terrible.
Oh, man, you're going to love the last one.
Make sure you guys watch that Lupe. I'm gonna look it up.
Look at Obe anime.
You watch Power. Tariq needs a whooping. Ghost would have whooped him. If you don't know that, Google Tariq St. Patrick, the kid's privilege, but wants to be a drug dealer. I couldn't stand Tariq in that show.
Reminds us of the topic of what your video is gonna be about.
I'm telling you.
Well, guys, it was another great show. Thank you all for stopping in.
Yes, we
you
definitely
guys
enjoyed
are awesome.
the stream.
And again, you don't have to super chat. Just basically, if you want to show your appreciation, you can always. And on top of that too, you get the little symbol. We know who you are. We know you're a supporter of our content and our channel. And we're planning to just do these, and I'll probably do some PC gaming streams, Call of Duty, stuff like that. I'll even group up with some of you guys, and we'll do some live matches. But no cursing, no profanity and things like that, you know.
Also, don't forget, guys, to thumbs up the stream. It does help the channel.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We always like kicking it with you guys. once a week. It's pretty cool.
And again, we will read all of your as much. I'm not gonna say all, because if this blows up, it'll be impossible to read all of them. But we will read everybody's comment going forward. We'll do the best to like read them, respond to them, because at the end of the day, this started out as a Q&A. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you want to support, just become a member. We don't get all of that. A lot of that goes to YouTube, and we get a small portion. But a lot of that stuff goes back to the channel, like that 3090 that I'm trying to get. And I'm not getting the Founders Edition for anyone that's asking. I'm waiting on Asus to drop theirs because the Founder Edition is bigger and Asus is actually smaller.
Tariq should have been murked a couple times in the show. Tommy saved him. Oh yeah, Tariq got away with too much.
I don't like that little kid.
You know, like, before you guys go real quick, I want to say this. You know, like how when a certain person plays a role and you just don't like them anymore? Just his face alone irritates me.
Yeah,
I remember I watched the
movie. He was in a
with
movie
him
as a basketball player.
And I didn't want to watch it because I'm like, I can't stand that little kid.
I am getting the Mafia remake, yes.
Oh boy, great show, guys. Thank you, King Darian. I'm glad you guys tuned in.
Yep.
We're definitely gonna continue to be consistent with this every Monday. If we can't, we'll definitely try to make it up to you guys. But yeah, once again, we really appreciate you guys kicking it with us. And we'll see you guys next week.